All right. 14A District Court for County of Washington, State of Michigan is now in session. All those having for the court draw near, the Honorable Judge Simpson preside.
You may be seated. Ms. Lundy.
Good morning, Your Honor. Actually, Lonnie, for the people at this time, people would waive any conflict between this honorable court and the Office of the Public Defender. The people do not believe that any conflict exists. Make the waiver for the avoidance spelled out.
Downtown Lauren Brown. Go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. Downtown Lauren Brown, Deputy Chief Public Defender. Your Honor, we likewise do not believe that a conflict exists in this honorable court hearing these matters. If a conflict were to arise, we would waive such conflict so that this court could hear these matters.
Thank you. And the court, for its part, also does not believe that a conflict exists either in the Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent a conflict does exist, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matter.
What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great night so far. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. I wanted to put that little cold open in because Judge Simpson called Lauren Brown downtown Lauren Brown. And from what I know, that's a YouTube joke. We started calling him that. I didn't start calling him that. Some other channel did, and we just caught on to it. I just thought it was hilarious. So it's clear that they watch us for Judge Simpson to call him that, and I think that's funny. So I wanted to add that. All right. What do I got tonight? I've got a bunch of clips tonight, guys. We're gonna start off with Judge Shackleford, then we're gonna jump to Judge Simpson. I've got a little bit of Magistrate Norbeck, and then we're gonna watch a lot of people go to jail. That's on the docket tonight. I'm saying a lot, so I guess that means we're gonna get started. Before we do, I've already got a new member. April, thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much, April. All right, you guys ready? I'm ready. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
All right, we're all set. Thank you. All right, Mr. Mays.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we still can't get your camera on.
I keep pushing the start video and it tells me okay, and I push the okay, and it might do it now. Hold on. It says unable to access camera. Please allow Zoom Workplace to access your device, and I have.
He's got to go in his phone settings or his computer settings and allow the camera to function for Zoom.
All right, let me go into the phone settings. Phone settings. Can you give me a little bit of direction?
You should go into your app.
I mean, yeah, if you know how to help him, counsel. I didn't go to school to figure out phones. I'm sorry. I have no idea how to do that. My phone just says to do that.
Okay, Mr. Mays, listen, you have to go to your apps. You have downloaded the Zoom app, right? So you got to go there, select out of your settings to give Zoom permission. So I think you have to select the app, and then it asks for the settings for the app, and then you have to allow camera, microphone, things like that.
Okay, I went to the app and hit Zoom, and then it brought me right back to this page.
But you have to go through your settings. You have to go through your phone settings.
Yeah, I was in settings, and I went to settings, then I went to the Zoom app, and then I tried to open it and it brought me back to your screen. So just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can go to camera and talk video. No, it won't let me there.
All right, Mr. Mays, are you comfortable going forward on your motion without me seeing you?
Yes, ma'am. I have no problem with that. Well,
All
there's
right.
been
So this is 24014278 LVNV funding versus Philip Mays. Counsel, can I get your appearance?
Thanks, Judge. Good morning. Attorney Ashley Nonis Hartman on behalf of plaintiff.
And Mr. Mays, can you tell me your first and last name, please?
Philip Mays.
All right, so this is the time and date set for a motion and affidavit to set aside a default judgment. So your allegation in your motion is that there was no jurisdiction because you weren't personally served. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I have a proof of service and affidavit in the file that indicates you were in fact served, personally served.
Ma'am, if you go to they issued a brief to you. This is how I actually even found out about this. I got the letter default in judgment on a Friday, and I was wondering, I didn't know what it was about because I didn't know I was supposed to be in court. I contacted their law firm, and when I spoke with them, they told me that this was a debt that was over 8 years old, and that I was supposed to be in court. I never knew anything about that. If you go to their brief and you look at their brief on page where their notary said he served me, he didn't serve me. It's saying that I'm a black man with black hair, 160 pounds, and that I told them that I supposedly said, yeah, this is me, and accepted a letter from them. There's no black people in my home at 6025. There's no way that they served me.
Are you telling me, Mr. Mays, are you telling me you are not a black male?
No, ma'am, I'm white. I'm
I'd
Caucasian
love
male.
to see you. I'd love to see you. If I could see you, we could resolve this real quick because they served a black man.
Ma'am, I could come to your courtroom right now with my driver's license.
All right, I'll see you in a minute. Come on up. I'll see you in a minute.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
I mean, Miss Nonis, they served a black man. We'll see, Mr. Mays, we'll see you as soon as you get here, okay?
I'm on my way, ma'am. Thank you.
This is why it's so important, and I know there's nothing you can do about it, but this is why it's so important for me to be able to see people in court, right?
No.
If I could see you, I'd grant your motion right this second.
Okay,
So
well, you're gonna
come on in. I'll see you in a minute.
I'm 10 minutes away. All right, bye-bye.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Officer, you want to come on up?
All right. I got part two, and I'm about to play it, but I'm gonna ask you guys, and maybe I shouldn't ask this because I don't want to get into a racial conversation. But do you guys think he's black? Think he's black or white? Just from his voice alone. I will tell you that I thought this guy was going to be a world of hurt. I'm on Judge Shackleford's side. I thought he was black. Let's just say that he's not. He's not. He's about to show up, and he's nowhere close. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go.
Hi, come on up, sir. Well, do you have it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's see it. We're back on the record on 24014278 GC LVNV funding versus Philip M. Mays. Counsel's present. Can you turn around so counsel can see the cameras up there? This is not the guy that was served. That's for sure. I've seen his driver's license. This is definitely Philip M. Mays, and he is listed as a white male. Okay, Mr. Mays, your motion's granted.
Ma'am, can I say something before we quit? are they gonna be able to bring this up against me again? Because for one,
Yes.
for one, they said that this is an 8-year-old debt. I never been contacted as far as trying to find out if it is even me that made the debt. I have a brain injury that I was diagnosed with from a car accident. I can't remember how long ago. So I don't remember things like that. The only outstanding debt I have right now, all my debts are paid 100%, is a hospital bill. And I've never even been contacted by these people, which is what's got me kind of confused about this. And according to MCL.
One sec. Well, if you're are you gonna quote me a statute about a statute of limitations?
Yes.
Okay, I know it. All right, there are ways that, let's hear what Ms. Nonis has to say real quick, but I know the statute. I understand where you're going.
Okay.
Counsel?
So thanks, Judge. So a couple of things. First and foremost, with his motion being granted, obviously I don't object. I would agree with that. I would just ask that it's still set for a pretrial. Have him file an answer. I can get him the documentation and we can go from there with the pretrial. Because here's the thing. I mean, we are going to assume again, it is within the statute of limitations. He clearly says he just doesn't remember it because the statements are addressed to his name, to his current address. So
Yeah, you're right. He's wearing the Broken System, Broken Trust court uniform. Got his Lions jersey on. BSBT, are you guys friends?
to avoid wasting the court's time, wasting his time.
Has he made payments? Well, let me ask, has he made, I mean, if it's 8 years old, did he make payments up to up to 6 years?
When was the last payment?
So the last payment made was in October of 2018, which when we filed suit, it was in the statute of limitations. I believe it still would be in the statute. So yes, payments were made on the account. That brings it in statute. So it's not past that.
Well, can I ask you what was the amount on the payment? The last payment you said? $66. And you're saying I owed how much on this credit? What was the credit at?
The current balance that they're pursuing is $1,314.68. That's the amount that was remaining on the account after it was charged off for non-payment.
Was it from a credit? Was it from a store or Myers or something like that?
Sir, this was explained to you when you called in the office. It was a Macy's credit card that was addressed to your name and to your address.
Macy's credit card.
So, sir, I'll tell you the way the statute of limitations work, if you continue to make payments and continue to acknowledge that it's not necessarily 6 years from when the debt was incurred.
Yeah, but if somebody took this out in my name and they've made a couple payments to make it look like they was in compliance and
well,
then
that would
just
be a defense that you would have going forward that we could
I'm
have a
gonna
trial.
fight it. Yeah.
Listen to me. Okay, if you had a defense and it wasn't you or it was fraud, those are defenses.
This is a civil debt collection case. This guy's being sued for a debt, a Macy's credit card from 6 years ago. That's what he's being sued for. Wait, I don't know where I just got 6. Did they say 6? I don't know.
Is that you would present at a hearing.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
So there's paper. So I don't know anything about it except for what the two of you just told me. But sir, you can go down to the window, Mr. Mays, and you can file do you have the complaint with you? Yes. The paperwork? Did you received you're saying, we know you did.
Yeah, I have the one that I got when I found out I was supposed to be in court. Can I get my $20 back? Because they made me pay $20 to reinstate.
Yes.
I don't think that was that funny. I mean, if I knew for a fact I owed this, is there any way you can show me like a signature? Can you show me my signature?
This is what we're gonna do. Listen, this is what we're gonna do. Ms. Nonis, Mr. Mays, I'm going to set a pretrial, okay? And we will have discussions at that time, and you two can have discussions leading up to that. And then we'll have a period where she has to give you all the documents they have to prove the debt is yours. right?
Yeah,
You have to give her any documents you have to prove it's not you.
okay.
Okay, and then ultimately you're entitled to a trial at the end of all of that, if you want one. People can file motions to get rid of the case that way. But for now,
Okay, that had to do with proof of service. So whoever said that they served him, the guy who claimed that they served this guy, said that they served a black man. He was on the phone with no camera saying, "I'm not a black man. You can't sue me because you didn't serve me." So they dismissed the case. So the case is dismissed, but what they're talking about now is the debt collector is going to refile the lawsuit. So instead of jumping through all the hoops, they're trying to figure something out right now since he's there. And yeah, they're trying to avoid just dismissing it and working it out to see if it's actually him. That's what's going on right now. But yes, he walked into court to prove he wasn't black, so the case got dismissed.
it's clearly not you that was served. So we're past that.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you,
All right.
I'm returning your $20, all right? I'm asking you to go downstairs
Okay.
to the windows, to the civil clerk, and ask to file an answer. And they actually have the paperwork down there. You can just fill it out before you leave, okay? And there are also defenses. And if it's not you, you can fill that out too and check the boxes saying why you think this isn't your debt or why you think you're not responsible for it. And then we'll have a pretrial. We'll come back in a few weeks, okay?
Mhm.
All right, 1 second. Just notice I'm giving him a little sticky note that says answer on affirmative defenses, so he remembers what to ask for downstairs, okay?
Yeah.
Can you, Miss Officer Frisky, can you get that too? Mr. Mays, those are the 2 documents you need down.
I would absolutely love that. 2 teams that don't have a Super Bowl ring. I would love to watch that Super Bowl. I hope that happens.
Downstairs. Now you're going to need a copy of the complaint to answer and you didn't get it. So I'm gonna have to give you a copy of the complaint as well.
Thanks, Judge, for doing that.
Yeah, I'd rather. I mean, I can dismiss the case. It's not, we could do this all kinds of ways. The reality is, this is Mr. Mays. He's here. It just makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be dismissed, and I think they should have to refile because it wasn't.
Well, they wouldn't have to refile. All they'd have to do is get service on you.
They come send service now. I'll be at my address.
Why though? You're here right now.
Because
Mr. Mays.
I feel like they're being deceptive by saying that they come to my home and there was a black man answered
Well,
the door.
Mr. Mays, can I answer something for you? They used a third party. It wasn't someone from her office.
The
that
man
did
was
that.
licensed. He's a licensed server.
I know.
So he should have,
I agree with you, but just like the court relied on that paperwork, they relied on that paperwork. I don't know your race.
okay, well, all right, that's fine.
All right.
I'll find out what date the last payment was made or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Mays, she's going to have to give you all of those documents. We'll set this, I appreciate you coming up so quickly, okay? Miss Norris is going to have to give you all of that. And I've just given you some of it, all right? But I want to make sure that you're able to answer this and that we can go forward and you can put forth all of your defenses. And the only way you can really do that is if you know what the allegations are, right?
Yep.
So you go downstairs, you fill out that paperwork, and then I'll try and get you a court date within the next few weeks. And Mr. Mays, if you're frustrated with Zoom, I know you said you only live a few minutes away and you sure got here quickly. If you prefer to come in person, you're always welcome to come in person. If that just works better for you, okay?
All right.
All right, are we all set?
Yep.
All right, and this is gonna take them a couple minutes to get this file down there, Mr. Mays. So they're not gonna know what you're talking about when you say that you're supposed to get your $20 back. All right, so give it a couple minutes to get down there, because I have to write everything that just happened on the file and send it down the tubes, okay?
Okay, then.
All right, sir, you're all set. Thank you, Ms. Notice. We'll set you another day.
All right. So the guy's not black. He's not. I agree, legal fiction. He did kind of start whining at the end. I mean, he's got valid defenses. He should just, work on those instead of asking him to reserve him. I mean, there's no point in that. He's there. He knows the dates. I mean, he has the right to ask for that. It just doesn't make sense. All it is kicking the can down the road. All right, let's move on. We're moving to Judge Simpson now. We got a new member. Hold on. RD Francis, thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much, RD Francis. That's awesome. All right, let's go.
Court calls case of the people versus Kyle Rainey.
Special line for people. Assistant Public Defendant, really, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Cal Rainey, who is approaching.
That's what I was looking for. Why? Okay. Go ahead.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for probable cause conference in this matter. I know the court would want to first address Mr. Rainey's bond violation.
Yes.
I know. So, Your Honor, Mr. Rainey was released from custody. I don't have the date in front of me. However, upon his release, Your Honor, he
left the state.
He did. He left the state of Michigan and he went to Indiana. When he was released, Your Honor, he indicated to me that he was displaced and he did not have a place to stay. He did have a tether on. He indicates that he contacted the tether agency. He contacted the emergency number to see if he would have permission to go and stay with his grandmother in Indiana. He states that he did not receive any information back. I did not receive any contact from Mr. Rainey, but it was during the holiday period, Judge. He has been in contact with us.
Was there a call to your office at all?
There was a call to my office. He called us. It wasn't prior to him going. I will say that. However, he did call and say, I'm in Indiana. I didn't have anywhere to go. I've been trying to reach out to my agent, but to no avail. He's got that other case in Hillsdale County. He's been reporting. He's currently on probation there. He has been testing. To our community.
No, not serious.
Okay. He is, Your Honor, he has not been using any substances. He has been clean. The only reason he went there was because he did not have a place to stay. He stays with his grandmother in Indiana. I have explained to him that prior to leaving the state, he has to receive permission from the court to enable him to go wherever it is that he's going to
I
go.
ended up getting in Litchfield one day.
Okay. He indicated that he was
You
only
need to take your hands out of your pockets.
He indicates that he was only in Indiana for 1 day. He has been back now.
1 day too long.
1 day too long, Your Honor. He has been able to secure housing here in Michigan, in Litchfield,
Michigan, where I'm from.
in Litchfield, Michigan, where he's from. Your Honor, he has been very, very active in this case right from the beginning. We know that it took us a minute to get him out of custody. And obviously, he does not take that for granted, Your Honor. His violation of this bond was not, although it was very much so a violation, Your Honor, he doesn't want the court to perceive it to have been a disrespect to the court. He takes this case extremely seriously. We've been working with the people to see if there's a resolution. Right now, we do not have a resolution, mainly because this outstanding issue needs to be resolved first. We're asking that the court allow him to stay out. The tether is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Obviously, it didn't stop him from going, but he knows now that he is.
No, he knew then.
Your Honor, I did know then. I had nowhere to go. I was left out here. When I got arrested, I was in summer clothes. They were able to give me a hoodie. It was the middle of winter. I contacted everybody that I could contact, and I apologize.
No, you didn't contact everybody you could have contacted. Did you get a response? Any response from the people?
The concerns of the people are just, I think the court recalls when we were here last time, the defendant was able to secure a PR bond after having been spent 7 months in Hillsdale, coming back here. So when he was gone, he wasn't gone. somewhere else, he was in Hillsdale, but the concern is still that there was failure to appear, I believe, at some point during the case. That may not be accurate, and I apologize if it's not, but the issue is he was on bond for a CCW at the time of this possession case. He leaves the state. And I don't know if he's been testing. I don't have that information. I don't have anything to say he's not. I just don't have any information he has been testing. And there are, clearly had the ability to get all the way to Indiana. So I'm not sure why there wasn't some sort of communication with his attorney or something else to make sure that he was gonna follow the bond conditions that were set by the court.
And Your Honor, if I may, just very briefly, he indicates to me that he has been testing. He's been testing in Hillsdale. He's on probation out there. His attorney in Hillsdale, he states that she forwarded the testing results to community correction. I don't have a copy of that. I can absolutely reach out to them and see if I can get that. But Judge, we're really asking that the court give him another opportunity. He's been in custody for 7 months, in and out of Hillsdale. I mean, between here and Hillsdale.
And he just needs to follow the court's orders. It's really simple. Anything else?
Nothing else, Your Honor. He just wants the court to know that he does have housing in Michigan now.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned to January 16, 2025, 9 a.m. This time, the defendant's remanded on the warrant. Community correction for violation of his bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, people versus.
Yeah, I forgot. I got 3 cases back to back. I didn't put the next case divider in there. I was sitting here waiting for it. Yeah, I don't have any words to say about that. We didn't even get a Mr. Allen. He was already set up, ready to go. So he was going to jail right away. Terrapin, thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate it. You are awesome. Thank you. KCC raid? KCC, thank you. Thank you for the raid, KCC.
Is Desiree Radnovich?
Yep, right here.
Okay, hello.
John Rob Chico on behalf of Mr. Bogdanovich. Judge, we've adjourned this PCC. Due to the holidays, it was tough to get an appointment with her. I have an in-person appointment with her tomorrow at the Huron Valley Women's Prison at 10 a.m. Could we just adjourn this PC maybe 1 week?
Are we kidding again?
I have to go 2 weeks because I can't.
That's fine. Ms. Bogdanovich, no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get a visit with you because of the holidays. That's what they told me.
I've been sitting in front of the phone for 4 hours waiting for you to call on 2 occasions. I don't feel like you're trying to contact me at all.
I can't directly contact you. I have to go through the system and they wouldn't allow it.
They had me sitting in front of a phone for you.
Hey, hold on, folks.
I'll be there
Okay.
tomorrow. 10
Hold
a.m.
on. Maybe he's supposed to be down there tomorrow. I can't rectify what may have occurred in the past, and we'll get you heard as soon as we can, okay?
Okay.
All right, so probable cause conference, I'll adjourn it. I have to go 2 weeks out.
Yeah, he was remanded. Yeah, not even close. The people didn't even have to say anything. Judge was going to remand him. You could tell by the tone of his voice. He was not happy.
I would put it 1 week out, but we have to do the whole writ procedure to get you before me. So I'll go to the 23rd, the next date I can possibly do it.
That's fine, Judge.
2025 at 9. Bond in this case will continue.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of the people versus Zachary Radcliffe.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Amy Reiser, appearing on behalf of the people. When you call this one?
We are James Thomas for Ms. Radcliffe.
Oh, was that too early? I saw MB come in and say that there was a raid. So it hasn't happened yet. Okay. Let me know when it happens. I don't see raids on this side. I have to log into YouTube to see them. I don't see them on StreamYard. So let me know when the raid happens.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, today is the time and date set for the probable cause conference, and all of the discovery has been provided. There are still some electronic devices that are outstanding, but I don't know when those will be done. So I think we could get an exam date, and I would be requesting a special date. I think it will take like a full day.
All right.
Well, Judge, just let the court know, she did provide 8 videos on Monday that are, I don't even know how many hours of videos that I have not had an opportunity to even look at yet. These were things that were requested over a month ago and just got them Monday this week, which puts me in a predicament because obviously my guy's locked up and I would want to have my client be able to watch these videos, which calls into question his bond and the amount of his bond, because I would like to seek or at least ask for an oral motion to set a bond or reduce his bond at this time if the court would entertain that.
Well, I'll always hear bond, but I guess I don't understand your rationale for bond is because you can't view the.
Well, there's a couple of reasons for it. One, obviously the limited contact that I'm able to have with my client as far as all the hours of evidence that they just provided to me this week, for one. 2, when he initially was in his preliminary presentation.
Yeah, I like watching Lone Wolf's version of Judge Fleischer because it's not live and he cuts out a lot of it. So he turns the 3-hour docket down to 2 hours. So I enjoyed Lone Wolf's version of it better.
And there was not an assessment that was done whatsoever for the bond. He had an attorney there, but according to my client, the attorney really didn't say anything on his behalf, and a $3 million bond was put into place. And at that point,
All right, counsel, if you want to argue that he didn't have an adequate opportunity to argue bond, I think each time you've been here, that issue has been brought up.
Never.
But if you, okay, then fine. You want to file a written motion? File a written motion. We'll give you a special time. I'll give you all the time in the world. I'll hear your bond motion. How long will it take you to do the motion?
I could have it this week, Your Honor.
People need about 7 days to respond, if that.
Yes, Your Honor.
But the only thing, I'm out of the country from the 21st to the 28th of January.
I got a holiday before that, so I can't, if you're not here till the 28th, I can't hear till the end of the month.
What day do you hear them on, Your Honor?
I hear them on Thursdays in the afternoon.
What day does that fall on?
Pardon?
What day does it fall on, Your Honor?
What do you mean?
The one that you were thinking about putting it on.
Well, if you're out between the 21st and 28th, the only Thursday I then have is the 30th.
I mean, I can make the 30th work if that's the earliest we can get.
Yeah, everything that I have from his docket today is from this morning. I didn't watch most of his afternoon. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice. I'm feeling like I'm getting sick. I'm not. I don't know. I'm just very low energy right now, and I took a couple hours off this afternoon. I just couldn't stare at a computer screen, and I was trying to rest. But yeah. Anyways, I have a lot of court to catch up on from today. But yeah, this was from this morning.
Set probable cause, I'll adjourn the probable cause conference and set the bond motion to January 30th, 2025, 3 p.m. That is before me at that point for the bond motion.
Judge, would you like a courtesy copy to your email or to?
I think the court rules require that you need to send me a copy so you can deliver it to the court, or you can send it to the email of my clerk or
Yes,
my staff.
I suggest we set an exam date.
It's not gonna happen until discovery is all complete. He's saying discovery's not, I'm not gonna do it. What I'm gonna do is, he wants to hear the bond motion. I'll hear the bond motion. It says that you just got discovery to him. I don't set him that way. I'm not gonna set it. I'm gonna hear the bond mark. 30th.
And so I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. The discovery that he doesn't have may never come because it's passcode
And
protected.
then I understand that, because that was brought up before me before. If he wants to give him the passcodes, then I think that discovery can get there, but I don't think that's gonna happen, so I'll hear the bond motion on the 30th, and then we'll see where we go from there.
Your Honor, just so I know, I know that she's saying that there's other stuff that's out there possibly with subpoenas and stuff that she has out there. I'm not sure where.
What subpoenas?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, is there other notices out there for anything else that you're doing with, other than his?
I hear that there is electronic devices that are password protected that is gonna take some time to get into, that he may have the passwords to, but I don't think he's gonna give them. So we're just gonna have to wait on that. That's what I'm hearing. Anything else?
No, thank you.
No, sir.
Wonderful. We'll see you on the 30th.
We're almost done with Judge Simpson. We got one more short one before we go to the next one, though. Janie, thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and I hope you get better soon. I really I hope that tomorrow I wake up and I feel normal. I'm just in that weird limbo where I feel like it's coming, and I feel like I get sick all the time now. I don't know why. I never used to get sick. I did go to the gym for the first time in like 3 months yesterday, so I'm really hoping I didn't catch something from the gym, but that is possible. That's the best assumption I have right now. All right, but yeah, that's why I decided to push through tonight, just in case I don't feel well tomorrow and I have to cancel tomorrow night. It's like before I can't go live, I'm gonna push through it tonight. So let's go. Yes, there we go. We're gonna go with this one. It's all because I'm heartbroken because Heather left. There we go.
First case, People versus Tariq Day. Hey, guys, hold it, folks. Hold on a moment. Who's who is that everybody? I just want to make sure. So anybody with defense counsel that was here, they've left already, or they're on their way out? Okay, let them go first. I know I try to alternate, but I probably got it all wrong, folks. I'm sorry, but I just don't want anything. Let them go. And then, folks, if you would be patient, once they've cleared, then those folks can leave. Thank you. Court does call the case of People versus Tariq Day.
Brian Bowling on behalf of Mr. Day. Mr. Day, are you present? Your Honor, I've called his name numerous times this morning. I was unable to read.
All right, the reason I kept this one in here, Tariq Day is the construction worker sovereign citizen. And I was waiting for him. He was on my calendar today, and he did not show up. Another weird one where he still has a defense attorney when he passed his competency exam or evaluation, and he keeps asking to represent himself. And yeah, I don't know why he still has a defense attorney. I really don't. But yep, he's the sovereign citizen that the second he started with his script, Judge Simpson just said, all right, you're going to take a competency evaluation almost instantly. But he passed it, and yeah, now he's not in court. Did he really? He showed up later? See, this is what happens when I take the afternoon off. I miss it. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go back and look through it and see. But thank you for letting me know. I do appreciate it.
In advance of today.
Bench warrant will issue for defendant's failure to appear, bond set in the amount of 10,000, cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately. Thank you.
All right. Do you guys? I don't know if you guys remember. Was it? I think I have about 2.5 hours of his docket that I haven't seen yet. Do you guys know if it was at like how long after lunch? You know what? I'm gonna go through the whole thing anyway, so it doesn't matter. I do. You're right. I do have a long way. 25K is my goal by the end of the year. I'm hoping to be at 25K. All right. Let's see. Are we caught up? We're caught up. Okay. I think we're going to Magistrate Norbeck now, I think. Oh no. Why do I have I put in some funny Simpson clips. I don't know why I separated it, but we got some funny ones now.
Court calls the case, People versus Destiny Cheatham.
Oh, this one isn't funny. This is a follow-up. Do you guys remember the clip from, I think I played it last week, but it happened, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, where Judge Simpson went from revoking a bond from this girl to essentially saying, you're going back to school, come back and prove to me that you're enrolled in school and we'll work with you. And it was a kind of a heartfelt case, but it lasted about 20 minutes. Yeah, I think I played it last week, but this is the follow-up. So she came back to court today.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rita, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of people.
Good morning, I'm Rob J. Colin on behalf of Ms. Cheatham.
Your name?
Destiny Cheatham.
Thank you.
Judge, can we set this matter for exam, please?
All discovery is complete.
Yes, Your Honor. And this young woman has done everything you asked her to do. She, at community college, she took her GED testing on Monday. She's working now. So she's on.
What about the GED testing?
I'm sorry?
You said about the testing. Did she do that?
She did.
Yes,
You want
I
to-
wrote in yesterday. And I did my schedule Monday. And I started working through the states for home health care on the 1st.
Tell me about the testing.
I'll get my results in Monday,
And when did you do it?
yesterday, on the 6th.
At community college.
At community college.
Washington.
Yeah.
So you asked her to do it, she's doing it.
How'd that feel?
Good.
So we won't delay this. Can we get a date, Your Honor?
No problem with that. Will people have their witnesses available the 21st? All right. Preliminary examination will be set in person, January 21st, 2025, 9 a.m. That's before me.
Thank you, Judge. We appreciate your consideration.
All right, bond with it. Conditions will continue. You're gonna pass all of those things, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna see that certificate at some point.
Yeah.
Judge, and maybe if she does all that, you consider removing the tether?
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Court calls.
Yeah, she's back in school. I'm proud of her too. Hopefully, she sticks it out. It's gonna be hard. For those of you that don't remember, she was taken out of school by her mom in the 8th grade. So I think they said she's 25 now. So I don't know. I don't remember how old you are in the 8th grade, 12, 13, 14, somewhere in that range. So she hasn't been in school for more than a decade and she's going back. Good for her. It's going to be tough. Hopefully she sticks it out. Okay. I think we're now on to some funny clips.
Case, People versus Alejandro Montano.
Rachel is appearing on behalf of the people.
That one. Okay, even though you already told him another court date, you being late to that, he should not lock you up with warrant.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marcia Creature on behalf.
Your motion's granted.
Thank you.
Ms. Constantino's on this case. He's at the Bureau of Prisons and they did not sign in because of the holiday.
Federal holiday.
Today?
Yeah.
I'm out. What is, what day?
The state funeral for President Jimmy Carter.
I should not be here.
We were hoping that. I wasn't gonna finish that. That it was gonna be a national holiday.
How many cases does he have?
Too many. 12.
He's got like 12 cases? All right, so I got time for my shot. All right. What I'll do, why don't I, if he's in federal custody, let me adjourn it out to the 30th. Will that work for you, counsel?
Judge, I apologize. I can't do the 30th. I could do any other Thursday though.
Any other Thursday but the 30th? Okay, what? Oh, so just give me a date. Just give me a date, because Bellinger messed everything up. February 6th.
Don't laugh.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned February 6th, 2025, 9 a.m. Bonds continue.
Thank you.
Give me a call on this. We may be able to resolve.
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you. Bond in this matter will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And for the record, Your Honor, I was hoping we would have court today.
Pardon?
I was hoping we would have court today and we wouldn't be off for the holiday.
Oh.
Thank you. That is so nice of you.
Hey, low blow.
That is so nice. You stay with Lauren Brown and don't even talk to Bellinger. You're doing so well. Not only did she throw him under the bus with the Brown thing, she like backed up and kept running over me. I love it. Court call.
I absolutely love the relationship that Judge Simpson and the defense attorney Bellinger have. You can tell they're friends. They see each other all the time. They tease each other. Every Thursday they have those kind of back and forths, and it's awesome. They're always laughing. They're always poking fun at each other. It's fun to watch. Okay. I think now we're going to Magistrate Norbeck. Let's see.
When this happened,
Yep,
or
here we go.
3, you wish to contest this citation, in other words, fight this ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
I guess number 2, Your Honor, to be honest with you, I don't remember if I used my signal or not. As a CDO holder for 12 years, I don't have automatic shut off generally, so it's very habitual for me to hit my signal and shut it back down on a lane change. But I don't remember if I did. Shame on me, but I'd like to see it if that's okay.
All right, then you're actually all set for what we need to do here today, other than contact the district court to make arrangements to pay that fines and costs.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood then. Did I just accept responsibility? I don't understand.
Yes. I told you you can admit responsibility or admit responsibility with explanation or fight the ticket. And you just said you admit responsibility because you don't remember whether or not you used the signal or not.
Your Honor, I'd like to fight the ticket then. I misunderstood completely what you were saying.
Then first thing I'll do is swear you both in. You want to go ahead and raise your right hands. You swear or affirm any testimony you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, Mr. McRobb, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with the motor carrier officer. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued this citation in the first place. Actually, I'm sorry, it's just a police officer from Gun Lake Tribal. He has the burden to establish to me why you were issued the citation in the first place. But after that, you'll have an opportunity to either ask questions or testify in your own behalf. All right?
Sounds good. Thank you.
And with that, officer, you want to go ahead and pick up the narrative somewhere where it makes sense, explain the issuing of this citation.
Absolutely, Your Honor. So on the above date, I entered US 131 at the 6-1 mile marker. I was behind the defendant's vehicle. somewhere around the 6-4, he conducted a lane change into the left lane without using a signal. He became kind of stuck behind a black Ford Explorer. He then conducted a lane change back into the right lane, passed on the right lane, and then got in front of her. Due to traffic volume and speed, I was unable to catch him until about the 6-8, where he then did signal his turns there and established his four ways when I pulled him over.
Okay. Mr. McRobb, what is it you'd like to tell me?
Your Honor, just as he had said, I had gotten into the left lane. I was behind a vehicle who was passing semis. After we had passed the semis, she did not get back over into the right lane. So I did pass her on the right. It was my judgment that she was impeding traffic at that time. I believe maybe 2-3 miles down the road, officer had gotten back behind me. I saw the lights, I pulled over, and I hit my four ways.
Okay, so the testimony in front of me is that you didn't use their signals when changing lanes, not once, but twice. But that's what you have a ticket for. So I would find you responsible on that citation. Because you had a contested hearing, you do have a right to say, I don't agree with what just happened there. I want to go to formal hearing in front of the district court judges with the prosecutor's office. To do that, you must do two things. One is you must ask for that within 7 days of today's date, your window of.
I agree, Derval, to an extent. Now, these minor traffic violations are often how they catch, really bad people. So if you just completely stop, with the tic-tac violations, I don't know. I guess it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. But I agree with you to a point. But yeah, again, there's a reason they do it.
Opportunity to contest this further closes after 7 days. And two, you must come in and post a cash bond in the same amount as the fine to guarantee your appearance. Do you understand your rights on appeal?
I believe so, Your Honor. May I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
Are we not able to see the footage in an informal hearing of me?
There would not be footage, sir. Most cars aren't equipped for that, but even the cars that are, cameras come on because they turn their lights on. So unless they're driving down 131, lights ablazing, there would be no footage. It would just be officer's testimony.
Your Honor, I spoke with the officer before he had returned back to his vehicle, and I asked him, I said, are you sure I did not use? He said, yes, I have it on my narrow view, my wide view, and my body cam of me not using my signal. So if that's correct, I would like to see it.
Your Honor.
Well, if it's possible, that wouldn't happen at
Lexa, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate it. That is awesome. You're almost at a year, Lexa. And Terrapin, it's Norbeck. It's Magistrate Norbeck. I always guess at the spelling, but I believe it's Norbeck, Norbeck.
Formal hearing, that would happen at formal hearing. But Officer Clapp, do you have footage of this?
So, Your Honor, I reviewed footage this morning. My car camera kicks on at 83 miles an hour and then backtracks 30 seconds. It did not catch the signals. However, it caught the rest of it. It picks up somewhere around the 6-4, so it did not catch that infraction.
Okay.
Because
So, Mr. McRobb, there would not be footage of it.
It backtracks 30. I did tell him that on the traffic stop. He is correct there, but I was mistaken.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
Now, when I asked, to be honest with you, I was pulled over for something else. He had told me that I was pulled over for an illegal lane change passing on the right. When I explained why I did what I did, because she was impeding traffic, he told me she was going 75 miles per hour. When I replied, she probably sped up when I went to pass her because she was doing 65 when I was behind her. I was very certain that I used my signals going back and forth. Again, it is so
Mr.
habitual for
McRobb,
me.
you just told me you don't know whether or not you used your signals.
In that moment, when I asked him, I asked the officer, I said, are you sure? In that moment, in my mind, I knew I had used them.
Mr.
And when he
McRobb,
told me that he said
I've been doing this for years and years and years. I've never had footage of a civil infraction. It's not a thing.
Then why did the officer tell me that he had 3 views of me not using my signal?
He just explained that. His camera's kicked on at some point in time when he's trying to pull you over, but did not catch the civil infraction.
But that was my exact question. Do you have do you have footage?
Sir,
of
you
me
can
not
take
using
this
my
to
signal?
formal hearing if you wish. I'm just telling you that lack of footage is not a thing that comes up in traffic tickets.
Your Honor, I know I have no power or say. Can I make a request? As a CDL holder of 12 years, never having a single point on my record, can I please pay the fine with no points? Please.
I'm not going to give you points, sir. The officer's not going to give you points either. The Secretary of State is going to give you points. Court, Secretary of State, 2 different animals. I can't tell them what to do.
Your Honor, I live 3 hours from Allegan. I can't. Is there any way I can do an informal or a formal on, I know it wouldn't be formal, but over Zoom or something?
You can request that with the district court. They may very well let you do that.
Okay, and I
It's just
apologize.
not automatic. I would request that if you're going to go to formal hearing, and then say I also request that this be over Zoom.
Your Honor, if you want to do a formal, if he wants to change the citation to improper pass, I'd be willing to do that as well.
Okay. You guys can
may I ask what that entails?
That's also 2 points, sir. So it's just whether or not you consider that to be a more accurate description of what you feel like you did wrong. But you would determine that at formal hearing what ticket you're facing. You guys are now past informal hearing. I found you responsible on the citation as issued. So if you understand your rights on appeal, we're all set here. I'm going to release parties.
This is fucking insane.
All set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That guy has been harassing the clerk's office for weeks about this ticket. So just to let you know.
Yeah, they cut off the stream right there. I was hoping we'd hear a little bit more of that conversation. I have a feeling the officer was going to say he was kind of a jerk on the side of the road. That's why I feel like he got the ticket. If he really went, 12 years without a ticket, he normally would have got a warning for that, unless he was a jerk. Just what I think. It may or may not happen. All right, we are moving into the last segment of the evening. I have got a collection of clips, and I never know where to put these because they're only about 2 minutes long, and yeah, it's just a bunch of people getting arrested really quick for really dumb reasons. And like I said, I don't know where to put them. So I just put 3 of them at the end of this video. They're all about 2 to 3 minutes long. And yeah, so we're about to watch some people get arrested. But I am going to let this play out. And it's not even 9 o'clock yet. By the time we're finished, it's going to be 9. And we're most likely going to be rating Lone Wolf, I think. I'm checking real quick to make sure he's live. You know what? I'll let it play. You guys don't have to sit here while I try to figure this out. So we're most likely going to raid Lone Wolf. If he's not live and we're rating someone else, I will let you know. And if we're not rating anyone, I'll pause it at the end and say goodbye again. But you guys are awesome. I will most likely see you tomorrow night, unless I actually do end up waking up and feeling like dog shit tomorrow. But I'm hoping that I will be okay. So yeah, that's all I got. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. The gifted, I don't think we had any gifted tonight, but the membership milestones. Also, I didn't say thank you, Sparkle, for your PayPal before the stream started. Thank you so much, Sparkle. I do appreciate it. I responded back to you on PayPal. I don't really know if anyone ever checks the messages on PayPal, but I do use the messenger on there every so often. All right. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody. I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Let's go.
We'll go forward with sentencing with Ms. Wheeler. If you want to come forward. Oh. Christie? No, there isn't one. I forgot.
All right, we haven't gotten into this yet. Is KFAR live right now? I just looked. There's actually a lot of people live right now, but yeah, we can absolutely go to KFAR. With yeah, KFAR is okay. I just swapped it to KFAR. That's where we're going. All right, thank you, Wixom, for letting me know. I didn't even read the list. I saw like 6 people, and I saw Lone Wolf, so I just clicked on his name. All right, you guys are awesome. I will see you tomorrow.
All right, we're on the record in People versus Wheeler, case number 244975. Ms. Wheeler is now present in the courtroom. Wheeler, because you failed to comply with the pre-sentence investigation, the court is going to revoke your bond. We're going to take you into custody. Ms. Wagner is going to prepare a pre-sentence report and do an interview with you. And then the court will set this for sentencing at its next available
I
date.
did bring the paperwork today, so can I give it to her today? Oh, so she has it or not?
No, you've had lots of time.
No, I know, I just didn't know if I could still give it to her so she had it.
She will get that from you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Terry, if we can take Ms. Wheeler in custody.
Ms. Underwood, I have Ms. Canones back. So I'm going to pause you for 1 second so I can take care of something else. All right, so we are on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Darius Dwayne Collins Jr. File number 24-22082FH. So we have 2 things here today. We have a pretrial conference and we also have a show cause. So the show cause that was scheduled for January 6th of okay. So the show cause alleges that Mr. Collins has failed to test 2 times a week as required. He was placed on colors on December 20th of 24 and as of today, he has yet to submit to a test as required under those bond conditions, and that he admitted to using cocaine on December 17th of 24 to Mr. Coast.
Judge, we actually just did a urine screen 2 minutes ago. He was positive for THC, meth, and cocaine.
All right, so he did submit to that. We've also done a swab and that will be sent in. And then he admitted to cocaine use previously with Mr. Coase, and he admitted to cocaine and methamphetamine. What did he test positive for?
He tested positive for methamphetamine, meth,
okay,
cocaine, and also THC.
So he acknowledged using those substances today. So we have that, and then we are set for pretrial today. So my concern is he's under the influence of something at this point for purposes of this pretrial conference. I am so Mr. Glazier, I don't know that I can proceed today because I don't know what his levels are, his uses. So I, at this point, am going to remand him to custody of the sheriff's department, and I will set this for pretrial next week. Mr. Glazier, are you here next week?
Sure I am. What date?
Next week will be January 15. And I'll enter a plea of not guilty because I don't know, as I said, his ability to proceed today. So I enter a plea of not guilty on the show cause. We'll continue the pretrial to January 15 at 8:30 in the morning. And we'll do the notice of hearing, Mr. Glazier.
Thank you.
All right. Remanded the custody. Yes, yes.
I'm sorry, did you state a bond on that?
25,000 cash.
Okay, thank you.
All right, she'll come back. Your Honor, just for the record, I'm going to indicate that
Mr. Towns has given me a Visa card, a Visa debit card and a phone. Is that right? He wants me to give those to his mother. I don't see her here, but I'll take it.
Okay. Okay, we will make sure. Okay, thank you for placing that on the record, Mr. All right, Glacier. All right, so now, okay. What's your name, sir? You can come up to the table here. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Archie White, 24-02491. Mr. White, you were scheduled for a sentence today. I'm not sure where your attorney is. He's not checked in. Your sentences were scheduled for 9 a.m. I'm just going on the record because you're being remanded into the custody of the Ingham County Jail. I ordered you to report to probation so that I can get a pre-sentence report. I ordered you to do that back in November. I have a report here for no show, since defendant was ordered to report to probation on November 18th to complete pre-sentence paperwork. Defendant initially failed to report within the required time frame, but then contacted by phone and reported to probation the next day. When the defendant arrived to complete the paperwork, he fell asleep multiple times in the probation department waiting area. This officer personally spoke to Mr. White multiple times and personally woke him up from his sleep, imploring him to complete the paperwork and advising him that he could not sleep in the probation department. The defendant left the probation department prior to completing the paperwork, but was provided a date to return for pre-sentence. Don't talk over me. For a pre-sentence interview on December 4th, 2024, Mr. White failed to appear for the pre-sentence interview on December 4th, 2024. The defendant was contacted by phone and email, instructing him to contact the probation department to reschedule a pre-sentence interview. At the time of this writing, which was December 30th, 2024, the defendant had not contacted probation, and he was ordered to complete a substance abuse assessment by the 26th of December. That has not been completed. So you're being remanded in the custody of Ingham County Jail for failure to follow my order, which prevents me from being able to sentence you today. Okay? And then when we find your attorney, he'll be down to talk to you. Okay? Thank you. I'm gonna advise you of your right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Your attorney is not here. I will not take any statement from you. I'm only advising you as to why you're going into custody. Do you understand? Thank you. You can say whatever you have to say after you've had counsel by your attorney. Thank you. Off the record.